this video an adaptogenic herb that repairs kidney damage. A supplement that's proven to improve kidney function. And also the most powerful good habit in the world. Catherine here. I'm a doctor in natural medicine and a researcher in the field of kidney health. And my goal here on Double O Kidney is to get your kidney health back naturally. In order to make this video, I've decided to pretend that a newly diagnosed patient entered my office and asked me, "Catherine, I have kidney disease. What do I do to get better?" So what I want to share with you today are tips and advice that could be useful for everyone, not just those of you that already know more than their doctors about kidney disease.
Let's make it happen.
Let's take a look at 7 super easy tips that only a naturopath could give you. Starting with number 7, an adaptogenic herb that helps the kidneys by lowering cortisol. Having to deal with the chronic illness is for sure a way to get a lot of extra stress in our lives. I mean, who needs extra stress when you already have a chronic illness? It's like a bad sequel no one asked for. If that wasn't bad enough, being stressed also means that our cortisol levels are going to be high, and this is linked to extra kidney damage. I mean, it's like your body decided to throw a surprise party, but all the guests are uninvited problems.
Who invited you, Anne?
Now guys, if you say the word stress to a naturopath, the first thing they would think is adaptogen. So what about an adaptogenic herb that doesn't just help decreasing cortisol levels, but that may also help reducing stress, improving sleep quality, and repair the kidneys? This miracle herb is called Rhodiola rosea, and being it an adaptogen, it can make a huge difference for someone suffering from stress. I've seen it in action. It really works, but don't just take my word for it. Rhodiola rosea was studied on a lot of test subjects. I mean, these days it must be very easy to find stressed people, and it took only 3 days for these people to start seeing improvements in the symptoms stress was causing them. I mean, 3 days? That's faster than it takes for my coffee order to be ready during the morning rush. And as a little bonus for those of you with diabetes, Rhodiola rosea also seems to repair some of the damage diabetes does to the kidneys. Now, while the first study I mentioned was a double-blind placebo-controlled trial done on very stressed individuals, this study was done on rats. But I do believe these rats were very stressed as well, since they had diabetes and kidney damage. And Rhodiola rosea helped them, and I mean, if those rats could talk, they'd probably say, "Best herb ever." Now, this herb grows in the cold, mountainous regions of Europe, but don't worry, you won't need to climb the Matterhorn to find it. The extract is widely available on Amazon.com and other supplement stores. Doses studied range from 150 to 400 milligrams extract a day, and since it actually works, many brands sell it and many customers swear by it. Up next, number 6, what about the supplement that was actually proved to produce a measurable improvement in kidney function in humans? Yes, I said measurable.
Pics or it didn't happen.
It's like the science version of pigs or it didn't happen. Anyway, my tip number 6 is forget multivitamins, get a multi-antioxidants instead. In the world of kidney disease, we have very few certainties, one of which being doctors always telling their patients that nothing can actually improve kidney function. Imagine their faces now that science has proven that the opposite is actually true. But they didn't see that plot twist coming. In fact, one of the most groundbreaking new studies about kidney disease came out recently to tell the world that kidney patients in all the stages can use an antioxidant therapy to improve their kidney health. This was published on the Cochrane Library, and for those of you that are not familiar with the Cochrane Library, let's just say that we are talking about the best of the best when it comes to authority in the field of health research. It's like the Oscars of medical studies. So what this means is that today, if you are not taking antioxidants for your kidney health, you are missing out. However, if you have been following me here on Double Kidney, you are probably already taking at least some antioxidants. And if not, don't worry, it's never too late to join the antioxidant party. In fact, some of the most effective compounds for kidney health are antioxidants. Vitamin C, sulfur compounds from garlic, anthocyanins, catechins from green tea, flavonoids from berries, selenium, CoQ10, even NAC. They all are antioxidants, and in my experience, the way you should add antioxidants to your regimen is quite simple. Get as many of them as possible from your diet and also in low doses from supplementation. Keep in mind that the whole is greater than the sum of its parts when it comes to antioxidants. And if you are getting discouraged by this choice overload, don't worry, I've actually made a video to show you what antioxidants are best and how to add them to your diet. It's up here and also down in the description. Now guys, what you need to know about antioxidants or about any other therapy for CKD is that chronic kidney disease is an umbrella term, alright? Let me explain why this is important for us. Number 5 is find natural treatments that work for you. So let's go back for a moment to the example of the new patient I was giving in the beginning of the video. If we are having a consultation in my office and you, for example, wanted a personalized solution for your kidney issue, do you know what my first question would be? It will be, do you know why you have kidney disease? In fact, since CKD is an umbrella term, there are many ways in which this disease could present and many different other diseases that could cause it. Some patients have issues such as inflammatory conditions as, nephritis for example. Others have genetic issues, but most patients have kidney disease due to diabetes or high blood pressure or both. This is why my very first goal here will be to find what works in order to stop the cause of your kidney damage. So what should we do to take care of the most common causes of kidney damage? Number 4 is the natural treatment for high blood pressure. Okay, let's start with something easy. For me to diagnose. High blood pressure. If you have kidney disease, you're most likely to have high blood pressure as well. Now the problem is that you are not really going to be able to improve your kidney health if you are taking too many blood pressure medications. And this is important. Most common antihypertensive medications are known to cause not just high potassium levels but even kidney damage. It's like when you get your car to the mechanic and they fix your engine, but then the next day the transmission starts to act funny. It's not nice. But don't worry, this is where I can help you. As a naturopath, I try to think about myself as a good mechanic. I fix stuff without adding new problems. Just don't bring me your car. No, what I can help you with is your blood pressure, and there is one vitamin that will decrease your need for blood pressure medications. As I was saying, there are medications that are still widely prescribed in kidney disease patients, even if they are known to cause kidney damage. I'm talking about ARBs and ACE inhibitors, of course. These medications are used because they act on the renin-angiotensin-aldosterone system, alright? They are also called RAS inhibitors for that reason. So the RAS is the hormone system that regulates blood pressure, fluid and electrolyte balance in the body. And your mechanic, your doctor, will give you an ARB or ACE inhibitor to reduce the activity of the RAS, alright? But guys, do you know what else also modulates the RAS but without damaging the kidneys? It's a vitamin, vitamin D. It has been recently found out that one of the roles of this amazing vitamin in the body is to lower blood pressure by decreasing the activity of the RAS. Incredible! And guys, for me, finding out that a vitamin that I always recommend for proteinuria and bone health was also able to lower blood pressure was a shock. It was almost like finding out my cat was actually able to do my taxes. Jokes aside, this also means that if you are deficient in this vitamin, like almost 90% of CKD patients are, ACE inhibitors and ARBs are not going to work as they should. Alright? Okay guys, I have another recommendation for blood pressure. This one is not a vitamin, it is an antioxidant, of course. It's CoQ10, and just like vitamin D, you usually take CoQ10 to restore its levels in the body, alright? Because when your levels of these antioxidants are too low, like it often happens in people over 50 or in those taking beta blockers, your kidneys are going to get damaged. And CoQ10 is extremely powerful when it comes to protecting the kidneys. It's not just an incredibly potent antioxidant, it is also one of the most powerful natural blood pressure remedies in existence. Studies report that it could lower blood pressure up to 17/10 millimeters of mercury, and that's incredible. It means that combining it with vitamin D and maybe magnesium as well may already give you the possibility of removing or at least reducing the doses of some of the blood pressure medications you are taking. Remember that the less medications you need, the greater the chance of improving, says science. Okay guys, up next, number 3, let's talk about diabetes. Diabetes is the most common cause of kidney disease, and it must be approached in the holistic way. If your goal is to beat kidney disease, just like for blood pressure, you don't want to only rely on medications in order to take care of this dangerous disease. After all, who wants to have more pills in a day than a candy jar? In fact, the very first thing I would want you to do for that is following a diet and exercising program. Because remember that type 2 diabetes is caused by visceral fat, the fat that accumulates around your organs, alright? Yeah, this is why diet and exercising are even more powerful than insulin injections. And while nothing beats diet and exercise, there are a few remedies that can still help. First thing I would consider with diabetes is a combination of berberine and banaba extract. Now, this is something I would consider essential for anyone with diabetes not taking metformin. In fact, the effect of berberine is comparable to that of metformin in terms of blood sugar reduction, but with less side effects. What's interesting about berberine is that it can help with weight loss as well. This is why I usually recommend to take 500 milligrams of it 3 times per day, about half an hour before meals. I mean, think of berberine as a pre-meal pep talk for your metabolism. Berberine in fact doesn't just reduce glucose production in the body, it also seems to have an appetite suppressing effect on most people. Now, something else I would also recommend for diabetes is chromium. Chromium is an essential trace element we can get from supplements and also in small doses from foods. What this molecule does in the body is stabilizing and reducing blood sugar levels by improving insulin sensitivity. Think of it as your blood sugar's personal trainer. And since it works in a different way from metformin, even those taking the medication should consider it. And keep in mind that chromium will decrease your blood sugar levels, alright? Which is only going to help if you take it in order to reduce your dependence on medications. But how do we do this? Well, with my next tip, number 2, find what works for you. Is it really necessary to add all of these pills and powders every day? No, you don't need all the supplements I'm showing you. This isn't a scavenger hunt, folks. There is no need to turn your kitchen into a supplement store. No, just a few key players and you're good to go. In fact, what we have seen today is my short list for what really works with the most common causes of CKD, alright? Think of it as the greatest hits album for kidney health. These are some of the things that work and that are known in medical literature to help you decrease the need for medications. The idea here is to decrease the side effects and most importantly the toxicity the most common medications have on the kidneys. And of course, if you watch my videos regularly, you will find things that help with your specific situation. But it's very important to keep in mind that you should never start several supplements at once. When you decide which one is best for you, start only that. Look at supplementation like it's dating. Only one at a time, please. But unlike dating with a new supplement, you also need to monitor your levels and to look at how your GFR is at your next checkup. You want to see an improvement here, obviously. And if that happens, congratulations! Not only did you improve your kidney function, you might also be eligible for a high five from me. Because you also know what supplement is giving you this improvement. I mean, wouldn't that be amazing? Now, there is one final step you need to do to achieve that result. Number 1 is the health journal. Now guys, as I was saying, the idea here is to lower the need for medications. Because just lowering blood pressure or blood glucose levels is not really going to help the kidneys. In fact, as you probably already know, you don't want those levels to be too low nor too high. What we are trying to do here is a fine-tuning job. To do this, you need to start what I consider the most powerful good habit in the world. You need to use a personal health journal. And this is what I like to use as my personal health journal. It's a very simple spreadsheet I use to keep track of my diet, labs, and my workouts. And there is a reason why this is the most powerful good habit in existence. It can effectively decrease your need for medications as long as you write everything down. Because if you use this to monitor the effects of the natural remedies and lifestyle choices I show you in my videos to lower your blood pressure, your cholesterol, and your blood sugar levels, you can then find out which medications you don't need anymore. And that's how you improve your kidney function. And guys, the other issue with medications is that too many CKD patients are still being prescribed the wrong ones, with consequences you can't imagine. So, if you want to know more about what medications you should make sure you are not taking, my video up here is for you. And this is all for today. Thank you for watching. God bless you all. Bye!